Hello, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 99.
Thank you so much.
Emily Sambrook Smith, how are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, happy to be here.
You, this time last year, in Singapore, nobody knew who you were.
Savage.
Right? In terms of triathlon, sorry, in terms of triathlon.
What a start.
And then until last month, your biggest win was like MetaSprint Series or maybe T100 as well, right? But last week or last month, a few weeks ago, you won overall age group for women at Langkawi.
I did,
And
yeah.
450 or around about that, right?
Correct.
And I was like, wow, that's awesome. It's almost like a breakthrough race, right? Okay, that sets the stage. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
So how long have you been in Singapore for? And I guess, who are you?
Because nobody knows me.
Yes, sorry about that.
I have been in Singapore for just over 3 years.
Okay.
So feeling pretty settled. I think in expat life, people are here for like 2 years, 5 years, or like forever.
Yep.
So I'm definitely in that in between.
Because the employment pass is normally 2 years or 2 or 3,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
So-
exactly. Yeah.
And there's so many expats that come and say, oh, I'm coming here for 6 months, and then like 6 years later.
Yeah, I came on a 2-year
Yeah.
secondment.
Okay.
And then I hit around for
So you came for a job
Yeah.
in Singapore. So
Yeah.
Okay. And then and how long have you been doing triathlon for? So please tell me like 15 years or something so we can all sleep at night.
So I've been doing triathlon. I did my first triathlon in 2019.
Okay.
It was the London Triathlon.
Yeah.
It was a sprint. But honestly, my friends and family acted like I was in the elite wave at the London Marathon. It was like unbelievable. I basically had a hand-me-down road bike from my younger brother, who was 7 years younger than me. So like a decathlon hand-me-down.
Yep.
I had no cleats.
Nice.
I rented a wetsuit from Zone 3. And I had the best time.
That's a perfect first triathlon story. I would have hated if you said you show up with your Canyon Speed Max and then you had your Alpha Flies on.
No, absolutely not. This year was the first year I got a TT bike. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And so, but you don't have a history of endurance sports, right?
No.
So what were you doing before triathlon?
So I was a kid that was like always doing all the sports.
Yep.
Like any sport in school, I was doing it. I had a sports scholarship at school, but they struggled to know like what to give it to me for because it was like just everything. So yeah, I just did everything. And like at the weekends, my parents were ferrying me between like swim lessons, gymnastics, like I was doing athletics, things like this, but there was never one particular thing.
Were you like super hyper or something? Or what's
Yeah.
what were your parents just putting you in all these things to keep you occupied?
Yes, you read between the lines well. Yeah, me and my sister, bless them. So I just did everything. Until then, I was like a teenager. And then my school was like a really lacrosse focused school, which is like a very niche sport, which I'm not sure if a ton of people in Singapore would know.
No,
What are they?
I don't even know if there's a lacrosse thing here,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty explosive sport, and I wouldn't say violent, but it's pretty physical.
It's really, I've had like 3 concussions. It's really
physical,
violent.
right?
It's really physical, yeah.
Because when I went to school in New York, the whole Northeast is a very lacrosse-ish sort of, and people used to walk around campus with their lacrosse sticks on their head, right? And then and you wear helmets, and then it's base. I don't know. Don't want to say it's basically, but it's sort of like a hockey, but
Hockey in the air is how I would describe it. Yeah, 'cause
But
it's
you're
like
running
on a
up and
field.
down, up and down, up and down, right?
It's a lot of running.
So were you pretty high level on lacrosse?
Yes, so I played for England.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that's high level. And I heard it's about high level.
for like maybe 5 years. Yeah.
okay.
So in my like late teens, that was like all encompassing of my
So
life.
high school, early university,
Yeah.
you were playing.
Yeah. So I was playing like under 19,
Okay.
basically.
And so if you're playing at such a high level and you're training probably every day.
Yeah. It was a lot. I look back, it's like, how do you have so much energy like at uni, like going out, studying,
Yeah.
training, like morning, evening. Like, yeah, it was a lot, but I loved it.
But what I mean is like, if it's like a field sport, you're running up and back, and depending on position, you're not goalie, right? You're depending on position, you're running. So it's basically like hill sprints or interval training continuously for 2 or 3 hours a day.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like we used to have like trackers in our like sports bras. We did like a lot of kind of elite performance analysis of things, and playing like central, like midfield, which is where I played a lot. We were running like at least like 10 to 15k a game.
Okay, so then even though you don't have any endurance athletics per se, 10 to 15 kilometers a day, 5 days a week is a lot of running. There's your base right there.
But I never like ran. I think that was always like the funny thing. Like I never went on like a run.
So but if you put on Strava, it will be like a big blob of just 15 kilometers blob. Right?
I didn't run until probably like everyone like lockdown, and every single run was like a 5k as hard as you can go.
Yeah, typical lockdown training, right? So, okay, you got half an hour. Let's just go all in, right? So then, we always doing. So when did you stop lacrosse? When you got to university, sort of?
So I stopped at like 19, so probably like second year of uni.
Yeah. And why did you stop? Did you get injured, or is it just?
Well, so it was in the final rounds of selection for a World Cup, which obviously when you are at that level, everything, if you're, is driving towards a particular race or a particular selection. And for me at that time, it was for, World Cup. And at this time, it was just, I had stress fractures and like, it was a lot. And
the body was like the wheels were just falling off.
It was not good. And then actually, even like pushing through that, we did some tours for like the US and Canada and whatnot. And actually, I got cut in the very, very last round of selection. And I think like looking back on it, it hit me way harder than I probably allowed myself to feel at the time. And I think it really impacted me because I was always so adamant I wanted to do team sport because of that like camaraderie and that kind of the people that you have around you. And I kind of steered myself away from those individual sports when I was younger because I just loved being in a team.
But look at you now, 5 hours of solo activity.
Like, what is this trauma that happened to me that now I'm like alone for like 20 hours a day?
Okay. So you just cold turkey, you quit. You didn't go to club level or you didn't
I keep playing at uni. I kept playing at uni because it was fun. And like we played like a really, really high level. So we were like national champions at uni for like all 3 years that I was there. So it was like still really, really good level. Like all my friends played. Shout out to Durham University.
Okay.
But then when I started work, so
adult life,
I'm a consultant, and so I was being ferried around to all these random places in the UK to work on these projects, which didn't enable me to like stay with any team. I was like, I can't commit to any training because I might be in like Worcestershire for like Monday to Wednesday.
And you might have a black eye when you show up to work.
Right? So actually I was like on a project and my hotel, this is such a first world problem, my hotel didn't have a gym.
No. Okay.
So terrible. But there was like a public pool nearby, and like I've always loved swimming. So I was like, I'm just gonna like go swimming. And then that was literally on that random project in Basingstoke in the southwest of the UK. I just started swimming again, and I was like, this is awesome. And then I've always been running, like running. And then you can
do it wherever you are, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can just go out for a run, and it's a great way to learn. Surround, like if you're in a hotel in Tokyo, for example, you just go for a run and then you explore the neighborhood and then you can come back and you see a lot of stuff that you wouldn't see, like cycling as well. Like so many people in Singapore have never gone to Kranji before, on Lim Chu Kang or all these places, but cyclists do it like once a ride, right? So
that's Tanamura Coast Road. You gotta live
exactly.
to be
on
there.
The other side of the airport. But isn't it funny how like your chance was like a sliding doors encounter, right? You just happen to be somewhere without a pool, or with a pool or whatever, and you just changed your trajectory in life, kind of, right?
Yeah, and then that's when I was like, I'm going to sign up to London Triathlon because I like to have a goal. I need something to aim towards. I need to be performing at all times. So I signed up for that, and it was awesome.
Yep. So, when did you start seriously training for triathlon?
So, seriously, like this year. But in terms of like doing it with more focus, this is so random, but before I lived here, I lived in Bermuda.
Okay.
which, yes, is the tip of the Bermuda Triangle. Yes, we survived.
Bahamas area, right?
It's actually like way, way, way north.
It is
it's
further
like, if you see it on a map, it is like in the middle of absolutely nowhere. It's not in the Caribbean. It's like
it's like east of Miami, sort of.
Yeah, so it's actually like North Carolina.
Oh.
So it's like you keep going, and it's and like it gets a ton of hurricanes. So if you think about it too much, how exposed you are, it's a bit scary. But
Is it hot there?
yeah, it's really nice there. So it's very tropical there. But Flora Duffy is from there, most importantly.
Okay.
Flora Duffy being, for those people who don't know, Olympic champion, Commonwealth champion, Olympic gold medalist, all in the same year, in fact, actually, when I was there in 22.
How big is the country?
Bermuda is 64,000 people and 21 square miles.
So smaller than Singapore in size.
Yeah.
So how do you
This big.
how do you run? Like, your RTI will take like an hour in the.
Yeah, it's actually like you can do maybe 60 kilometers, like around, like all around the edges, like round and round, like up through the middle and back.
Okay.
Yeah, but everyone's obsessed with triathlon there because of Flora. And it's absolutely awesome. I think also because it's a small place, there's not like huge amounts to do. There's not like loads of museums and clubs and like there's amazing bars and restaurants and stuff, but everyone loves triathlon. And I think like because you're only ever 1 mile from the sea, like it's very like thin and narrow.
Okay.
Like you're just on the water all the time. And so like before work, we were going like open water swimming with like I had some friends who like from South Africa who were like basically like ex-Olympic swimmers, but just now like working in insurance and like
chilling out and be.
Yeah, and it was just awesome, and like you didn't really question it, but you were just training with these amazing people, and then they put on loads of amazing races during the season, but they were just so chill. The race, I say chill.
Not in a competitive way.
No, they were competitive, but like they were chill on one hand in the sense that like I don't ever remember there being like an awards ceremony, unless it was like the national champs. It was just like you turned up. You carried your bike like on the back of someone's motorbike and you arrived. But I do remember the first one I went to, I turned up, I didn't bring a bike with me or anything. So I was like, I really want to cycle here. I didn't realize it was such a big thing. I need to buy a bike. So I bought this like on Facebook Marketplace, like this Italian Geos, like vintage blue Italian.
Nice.
I love that bike. And I like love it. And I'm so sad I sold it when I left, but like, it was amazing. At the time, I loved it. And I took it to this triathlon, and I must have brought down the like average cost of the bike by like $20,000. And I'm there, and it's like
you're taking a dagger to the gun show.
But I won, so so all I'm saying is you don't need all the kit.
So is that where you got your, I guess, your heat acclimation? Because you don't win Langkawi without being able to run in the heat, right?
Yeah, I just like would never let that stop me. So I guess I just continued to do it while I was there.
Because if you come from the UK and you come to Singapore, you're not going to be able to run very fast because of it's so much of a jumping. Until you've been here for a while and then you can get used to it and stuff. So, and you've only been here for 2 or 3 years, right? So, that time in Bermuda must have helped you get used to the heat. So when you came here, it wasn't such a big deal, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I've been following your Instagram for a little while, and you only started it in 2023, right? The tropical triathlete, right? I'm sure there's an Emily Sambrook Smith little private Instagram account, but the one that you have for triathlon. So is that when you sort of really got into it for that 2023-ish?
Yeah. I think it is a good marker because it was when I first decided that I wanted to do a 70.3.
Okay.
And before then, I'd only done a short course. I just done loads of sprints, and I just thought, that's me. That's a sprint. I think because it's like
over an hour.
Yeah, it mentally feels really like manageable. And everyone tells you like, oh, that's easy. It's just like park run at the end, and you're like, yeah, easy. Even though like it's not
full gas.
I would actually argue it's harder, like somewhat. But yeah, so I decided to do 70.3, and then I started the training, and I realized nobody's going to see me anymore.
That's why I've never done a full Ironman, because it just takes so much time, right?
It's a lot of time. And I didn't know this. And so, naively. And so I started the Instagram to be like, hey, I'm still alive. But this is what I'm channeling my energy into.
You can you share your journey so people know that you're still around, but you're...
But it has evolved somewhat since then, and I love it, and I like it more for now. like connecting with like-minded people, for like sharing like quite what I hope is like a realistic journey and things around like Asia and kind of like different random adventures that I'd go on.
But Langkawi was officially your first 70.3.
Right? It was, but it feels like
it's 2 years in the making.
Yeah, 2 years in the making.
Did you sign up for another one and just not make it, or what was?
Yeah,
what's the deal?
This is savage. So I signed up for Cebu.
Okay, last year or this year?
Last year.
Okay.
Last year? No, last year.
24.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, because started training in 23, was meant to do it in 24. And I was like super pumped. I was like, this is gonna be it. I'm so excited.
Everyone says Cebu was the nicest one because it's a beautiful swim, organized is good.
I convinced like 6 of my girlfriends to come. I was like, this is gonna be a gorgeous weekend. I literally picked it because I was like 4 hours direct flight, like come on this holiday.
Yeah.
They then were like, we're actually going to do it in 2 relay teams. Yeah. So I was like, this is going to be the best trip ever. All my friends are doing it. We're all going to train together. This is literally like ideal. Like we went from this like party group to this like super wholesome like girls.
Yeah. Well, this is not just you that's become.
No, I was like, I'm just going to take them on this journey with me. Perfect. But I ended up having an accident in the February.
Yeah.
And I like fell on a run. It was so undramatic, and I wish it was a better story. But then I tore 4 ligaments.
So you rolled your ankle really badly or something.
Yeah, how embarrassing is that? It's like...
It happens. It's we had a whole Alter G run.
I wish I'd known. Honestly. It was so bad. So like, it was terrible. I've never had like a bad injury before, but basically I had to have surgery.
You had it in the boot for a while.
I had it in a boot for ages. Physio for like 4 to 6 weeks. Then I had it all screwed. Yep. A tightrope put in. I'm a bit squeamish.
Is it still in? Like screws and stuff are still there?
So because the ligaments aren't holding your bones together, they just stop. Yep. So they screwed it all together. You know the drill, literally. So I had that, and then started to come back very, very slowly. Was swimming loads. But I was really unfortunate. I came back and got 2 stress fractures in my foot. Because you came back too fast or something? I hadn't even started running yet. Oh, what? Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me? I've done everything right. Yeah. God is testing you. Literally, I was like, this is literally testing my patience. So actually, ironically, they let me, Ironman let me push the 70.3 from Cebu because I had a doctor's note. You're only allowed to push it in the same season. Okay. So I pushed it to like one of the last possible dates, which was actually Langkawi last year. So because I got the stress fractures, I couldn't do Langkawi. So when I went to do Langkawi this year, it did feel like this monumental thing that I've been training for like 2 years. Key moment. Yeah, I was like, finally. Because also, if you look at results, like I'm there from 2024, but it did not start. I did see that. Actually. Yeah. So yeah, it did feel quite like symbolic to like finally just do it. I'm talking about it for so long. So a lot of times we get into in this podcast we talk about mental game and how to stay mentally strong and stuff. I guess this was a big test for your mental game. Are you particularly do you find massive? Are you a particularly mentally strong sort of person, or are you very No, I laugh because how would your friends describe you? So interesting. I think I've been on a journey with it. Okay. And when I was younger, so I was saying before, like I didn't love individual sports, and I think it was because of the mental side of it. And I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, do you wish you'd like started younger, or you'd started as a junior, and by now you could be like whatever." Yeah. Like I don't think I was ready. You want to psych yourself out or something? No, and like I did. I get really bad like performance anxiety, and even I laugh because I had a terrible story about when I did the Standard Chartered half here. I've got a terrible story about that. In my first year. Started. Oh gosh, okay, we can exchange. What was the story? Well, hopefully it wasn't 2023. It was. It was. Did you see me lying on the side of the road? Did you see me vomiting at the finish line? I didn't get to the finish line. I woke up on a medical test. Oh gosh. Okay, you win. No, I just had like hyped it up so much in my mind because it was the first time I was like really going for a goal. And I look back on the goal now and I'm like, I beat that by like 20 minutes in my heart. And you had a sooner bike before it as well, right? At the time it was like the most important thing to me. Yeah. And I remember being in the taxi on the way there and my boyfriend was with me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm not well." Like 180 heart rate, yeah. My heart rate is 100 in the taxi on the way there. I was like, this is not good. So like obviously couldn't run the pace I wanted to. My heart was spiking. It was awful. And like my internal organs just started to shut down. My gut was like the first thing to go, right? That's what happens.
So you cross the finish line and then you just like...
I saw the finish line. No, this is so bad. I can't remember saying.
It was in the stadium as well, right?
It was in stadium, and there's this like carpet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I can't throw up on a carpet. I can't do it. So I see it, but my body is obviously just like in such relief and like release that it's just like, nope, we're gonna go.
No,
we're gonna
go on it.
So
At the finish
obviously
line.
there's like a wall of photographers. I'll post this on my Instagram at some point, but like there's a wall of photographers, and I'm just running, throwing up into my hand.
Oh, so you got nice finish line photos of
They are.
helmets.
It's literally like terrible stop motion. I went to the marshals and I was like, please, can you delete this? And they were like, no. Terrible.
So,
But your question was about psychology. So following that, I'd signed up to 70.3.
yeah.
But I was so then worried that I was going to put so much effort into training. And then on the day, it was just going to be ruined because of my psyche.
Gotcha.
So I was so worried about that. So actually, I've actually been seeing a sports psychologist since then for like 2.5
You find it helps?
years. Yeah. And it really, really helps. I think someone who can help you structure your thinking, but also give you like that emotional flexibility and like being able to be adaptable in situations. And we do a lot of planning before races now about not
Visualization. And,
and we do like what's like your practical and tactical stuff. Cool. You can do that with your coach. You can do that by yourself. But then what's like your psychological like side of it as well. Like, and you know how we often like chunk up races, right? Like, hey, get to the next aid station. I'm going to have this gel. Or I'm going to go this pace.
Break
the
it
next
down.
And it's the same with psychology. It's like, okay, how can you break it up so it's more like mentally manageable and not trying to like psych yourself out, especially in triathlon. There's so many parts.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing that we talk about is like, just get to the start line.
Yep.
Just get to the start line. The rest will like work.
And a lot of times when you do so much training for something like that, you do get to the start line and there's you're anxious, but you kind of, if you know you've done a lot of training, it's not so, it's, what I was trying to say, it's more of a relief because now this is it. This is the party. It's like doing a birthday party, right? Yeah. You've done all this planning and then when you actually there's nothing else you can do, you're there. Now enjoy it, right?
We talk about it like anxiety into anticipation. So it's how you like reframe it in your mind. So like I'm super anxious and nervous, but it's like, oh, that's good. Like you care. Like this is about anticipation of like all the hard work that you've done going into something amazing.
Yep. So do you always have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D?
Yeah, I do now. after the standard charts tell her, I was like, if this isn't what I get, then I will die.
Okay, so talk about training, right? You got a full-time job, right? Or some profession I don't understand. And obviously that's probably 9 to 5. So how many hours of training are you doing around that?
So I'm doing like just over 15.
Okay.
Around this, which is tough. Me and my coach, like it would be great to get it for like 20 to like take it to the next level, but it is hard. And I think people have to acknowledge that like you can just do what you can.
Well, the first 10, you can squeeze a couple of hours every day, right?
Yeah.
You get to 15, you've already squeezed a couple of hours every day. You try to get to 20, you can't know what are you going to do? You're just going to wake up another hour earlier every day to get the extra 5, right? Yeah. And so to go through a typical week, I see you go to track on Tuesdays. So so Tuesdays you're running, right? But so let's just go through Monday. So Monday is usually a bit more of a recovery day. So I usually do more like just endurance, like relaxed swim on a Monday. And then Tuesday I'll do again like a recovery ride in the morning because I'll have like an intense track session in the evening. Yep. Shout out to Tropical Track Club. Is that what? Everyone has a name, right? So yours is Tropical Track Club. Tropical Track Club, Tropical Training Club. We haven't quite decided a name yet, but they're awesome. So yeah, I usually do this on Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays will be more of like probably some strength. Very important. So you do cross training. You do. Yes, I do. I think that was a big piece of my training that was pretty missing in the earlier. The stress fractures and stuff like that because you didn't stabilize enough. Okay. Yeah, that'll be definitely it. And then, a harder swim on Wednesdays. Wednesdays tends to be pretty spicy. Yep. So you do, so middle of the week, or Tuesday, Thursday, you're doing hard sessions.
Yeah. So usually every day I'll do something in the morning and something in the evening. And it's usually balanced between like one is a like easier session and then one is a harder session. So yeah, Thursdays will then be like an easy run in the morning and like a hard ride at night. And then Fridays will be like a strength session and then like a hard swim. And then at the weekends, it's obviously just chaos of just like hours and hours.
Long rides and long runs and...
Yeah. Just many,
So
many
in your
hours.
15 hours, is that including your strength or is that 15 hours plus strength?
Give and take. That's probably the hours that are like...
Allocated to exercise. So are you a squad session sort of person or are you out there solo grinding it out?
I have been for a long time solo grinding it out, but I think like that did wear on me quite a lot mentally. And I am a very extroverted person. Like I get a lot of energy from other people and also like really competitive. So when there are like other people there, it's like easy. I'm like, I'm winning. You don't know it, but I'm winning, right?
So in the track, you're always one that's the other passer.
Oh, there's an uncle like on the outside lane. I'm like, I'm beating you.
I'm the passer, not the passee.
And like, move. No. I'm nice. I have started training more with people where we can.
It's good when you find a bunch of like-minded people who are at your level, a little bit above, a little bit below. And you can all sort of journey together.
Yeah.
And then are you intensity or endurance or volume?
I think I have to be intensity because I have no other time.
So your 15 hours is just packed. So you're back to your lacrosse days. Let's go.
I think I'm just like strong, very hot. Like, I think like everything in my life is quite intense.
You're actually one of the most high energy people that I know. It's just like your exuberance and the way you talk and bubbly and you are. And
but this is my detriment. They have no recovery time.
I can imagine that's going into your training. It's like 100% or nothing, right?
Yeah. And so I've been sick for the last few days and I've been like...
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that, right? So you got a big... So Langkawi was up 2 weekends ago, right? You got a big build of training. You got an A race. I'm assuming it's your A race, right? Langkawi. Because your A race is a T100 in a few weeks, right? Okay. But it's a big race for you.
Yeah.
You do very well. And then you immediately got sick.
Yeah.
Within a week, right?
Yeah.
Do you think... because you trained so hard and you like pushed yourself so hard in the race, you just killed your immune system and then one bug came and you got... It's
really, really common. I usually get sick in like a taper. Yeah. Because then your body is so used to being like super intense and then you do take your foot off the gas slightly and then it's like all hell like like let's lose. I think because when you travel for a race, it's quite stressful. So I don't think I necessarily had that relaxation before the race, but then I don't think it came after.
So Langkawi was on a Saturday. Did you fly back on Sunday? So you were shot, basically. You're smashed. You get in a plane with 300 other people and share the air conditioning for 3 hours or whatever. Right? Could have easily got someone's cold or whatever it was.
Were you gonna say snot?
No.
Someone's snot.
Someone's cold. and then that could have just wiped you out because your immune system's so suppressed, right?
Yeah, it's so easy. Usually wear like a mask and stuff, but you just can't help it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. And then let's talk about nutrition and recovery, right? Doesn't sound like you do much recovery. It's just like all in, but
don't like
nutrition. Let's talk about nutrition as a person and nutrition in the race. Okay. So are you vegan or are you generally healthy or are you like a KFC person every day? Like where are you in this spectrum?
That shock everyone.
Yes.
Listen up, everyone. This is how you win. No, I'm pretty healthy. I'm not vegan. I'm pretty normal, I would say. I think I have made a massive shift though in the last probably like 4 months or so to like really try and like hone in on nutrition. Massively. I think women just generally underfuel and we're like, especially like millennials have grown up in an era where it's like a small plate is a dainty and like womanly thing to have and like you're kind of scared of carbs and all this stuff, which is crazy because that's like fuel.
And then you move to Asia and you go and the portions are much smaller. Yeah. Right. So it's and for a long time it's like you gotta have a calorie deficit to sort of lose weight and to stay lean, but actually you need the calories to do the work.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's that positioning of it as like fuel.
Yeah.
I think that's like really helped me, because I think also when I was trying to focus on it by myself, I was like, I need protein, I need to recover, I need to like be able to get in like that like turnover. Whereas then a friend of mine is a nutritionist, and she's been, like we've been working together, and she's like, stop being focused on protein. That's like not a myth, but like you're an endurance athlete, like carbs need to be your best friend. And I think it's really like changed my view on like how I eat and how I fuel like in just like in the week. And I think like I don't eat like normal meal times now, I'd say. Like my poor partner, we call it dinner 1 and dinner 2, because I have to eat at like 4 p.m, 5 p.m, so I can train, so then I can eat afterwards. So like in the meal before training, that's when I'm eating really high carbs, but then after, that's when I'm eating high protein. So I'm trying to like be much more like tactical about how I eat and when I eat. My colleagues are always like, why are you eating pasta at 4 p.m? I'm like, you don't understand.
That's on a long run.
Now they know. Now they see me in the kitchen and they're like, training tonight? I'm like, yes, same as yesterday.
Yeah, every day. And then how about during races? Where are you with carbs? Do you know what your carb intake per hour?
Yes.
Are you good at that? Is it like your gut's okay now after?
My gut. I'll bring the gut into it. My gut is okay. I definitely have some way to go on it to like increase how much I can take in an hour.
So what are you, like 80?
So yeah, we're aiming for like 90.
Okay.
But I have to say, like in Langkawi, for example, like I found it like a lot. You know, sometimes when you're finding you're like force feeding yourself, and like you just have to do it, which is like then kind of like animalistic. Right? Yeah. It's just like
and you need to do it on the bike.
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to the run, it's too late in terms of time for the body to ingest it, and it's also much harder because you're running along and then you're jiggling and trying to
especially in Langkawi, when actually like what you want to focus on at the aid stations is water on yourself, like, and like eating then like in between. So it's like a lot to think about. Like you're basically always doing something. You're never just running in that race. I just want to run, like, but no, every like 2 kilometers, say, between an aid station, you start it with dousing yourself. But then
there's like a strategy, first cup over the head, second cup drink, third over the head.
And then they were good because they had these huge like tubs of water, and like I can't speak for people who are out there at hour 17, but in hour like 3 and 4 there was like big like blocks of ice in there and stuff. And then so in between that, I'm taking on like hydration tablets to try and avoid like effervescence and stuff. And then then taking on gels.
So you had them in a little pouch or something, and then
just have it in like a little sandwich bag, which that in itself is also a lot to look at.
Exactly. For recovery, do you have boots at home? Do you go to ice baths? Do you go to saunas? Or what do you?
I love an ice bath. I love an ice bath. I love a sauna. The gym that I go to has one there, which is great. But I also love going to like social ice bathtub here. My friends love it. We're very millennial
now, isn't it? Like I just see pictures all the time of a whole bunch of people, dudes sitting in an ice bath on the roof of like Chinatown or somewhere in Tanjung Pagar or something, right? Yeah,
they're super popular, and like I find it's really effective. And I don't know whether it's just like mental, but I think some of it is just, for me, having an hour of just sitting still might actually be what's important.
You're shutting down a little bit. It's going to slow down the brain.
It might be a massive placebo, but just like doing nothing for an hour is like beneficial to me.
Okay, Langkawi.
Yes.
Let's call this your breakout race, right?
Let's do it.
You came first overall for women.
Correct.
You beat 2 pros.
I did.
You did, right? What was your expectation coming into the race? Is that your goal? Was that your goal?
That was not my goal.
You had no idea. You've never done 7.3 before, right? So you have no idea how.
Seems quite obnoxious to be like, I'm going to win.
Well, it happens to like these Kenyan runners all the time. They debut marathon. They do like a 2:05 and win the race, right? I'm like, how does that even happen?
I like that comparison. That's me. I'm a Kenyan elite marathon runner. No, I had but obviously like personal goals. And I think because this was my B race for the year, I think it was also a lot about like testing things out and like just seeing where the training has got me to. And like we spoke about certain like A, B, C like targets, and then to see whether we maintain that or not, and like how it went. And like you never know who's going to turn up on the day. So actually like defining your success by a position you finish in can be like really demotivating afterwards. And I think then by basing it on like things that are in your control, so like your power, your speed, like all this sort of stuff, like is much better. I think talking about like the psyche is like that's good for me. So then winning was like a cherry on top for that.
You finished in 4:50. What was your goal time?
I didn't have a goal time overall, but I would have liked to have gone a lot quicker on the cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely underperformed from what I had thought we were going to be going for.
Okay.
And I think partly because
it's quite hilly in Langkawi, right?
It is hilly, but in cycling, right, it's your power output. And so the power output, let's say, was lower than I would have wanted. So maybe we do it in that way. And so that was maybe the only like disappointment, but like because we went into it.
The tricky thing about triathlon is if you had gone 20 watts higher in bike, for example, you might not have run as fast because you would have had 20 watts times 3 hours or 2.5 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then your legs might have been cooked. So it's easy to say, I want to swim this and then I want to run at 100%, or cycle 100%, then run at 100%.
Yeah.
But it's like you're juggling 3 balls. You can't, you might not be able to, it's a fine balance.
And that's
sometimes.
your fear when you're on the bike, right? It's like, I have to run a half marathon.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But it was quite lonely on the bike. Like at one point I thought I was on the wrong course because it's one full loop of the island and which is gorgeous, like beautiful route, and it's really, really well signposted by people, I guess, like at corners and junctions and stuff. So like I definitely wasn't on the wrong place. It's just I hadn't seen anyone.
Were you an early wave as well?
Well, because I was in the first swim, came out maybe fourth overall in the swim to like 3 men who then obviously and nobody really came past. Maybe 10 people came past, but then they went off. So like there was a point where I was like, oh, and then a marshal came past and just gave me a thumbs up on his motorbike, and I was like, okay.
So did you know your position during the whole race?
So I knew when I came out the swim because they said on the tannoy, and because of where I started, I think most people, if they are a good swimmer, they'll put themselves in that first wave to kind of give themselves the best shot of following the fastest feet. So and then I saw no women overtake me, so I was like, okay, going into the run, I know where I'm at.
So coming off the bike, going into the run, what position were you?
So I was first overall then, but I didn't know the gap.
Okay.
But luckily I had 2 friends there who took their job very seriously of being my coach and my key supporters for the day. And I saw them probably after like 6 kilometers on the run, and then they gave me an update and that I was at that point like 13 minutes ahead of the next person.
Okay. And how fast did you run? You did like a 122? 132?
133, yeah.
133, yeah. I knew it was a double digit.
122 next time, maybe, yeah.
Good. So, So, 122 would be a pretty fast run.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be very good.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's just say that.
Okay. But, so you were running fast and you ended up with did you finish overall 13 minutes ahead of everyone?
No, I think it ended up being about just over 20, 25 minutes.
Okay. Of all other athletes or just your age group?
Yeah, of all.
So you can sit there, you can have a shower, get changed in jeans and then come back to the finish line. Nice.
In my age group, I think it was maybe like an hour.
Okay. And then, so how did the race pan out for you? Are you, you came out in about 27 minutes. Was that roughly what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I think my swim squad since have been like, you should be going faster than that. But it was beautiful conditions. Like I have no complaints on the swim. It's so hot in that water. It's like 30 degrees. It's like in a bathtub. So you're just praying you don't get cramp before you've even started.
And swimming is hard because you don't know how much liquid you're losing. You can't tell you're sweating.
Yeah,
it's like
and also you can't tell your pace, right? I think everything has to be on feel, and I think we've become so accustomed to like what to watch saying, doing 100-meter checking, like doing 400-meter checking, like what's my CSS, and actually like that doesn't help you in a race.
Yeah,
you just have to know like how you can go. So that was great. There was someone I followed their feet for like pretty much the whole way. Shout out to them, whoever they are. But then at the end was like, we need to take this up a notch. So then I bolted it after that. He didn't come with me. I gave him a chance.
I thought it was a guy you're following.
Yeah. And then went on to cycle. Cycle was what it was. It was really fun though. Yeah. I think I would say that like I just like love. I think we have different like it's different like feelings when you're doing each of the sports. I think like swimming for me is very meditative.
Yeah.
Cycling is like exploring. I think that's what I have it as like a synonym with. And so when I'm on my bike, I'm just like smiling, like all the photos, I'm just like grinning. And I'm like not aero at all because I'm just like looking at the view.
Look at the bird.
I'm like waving to the photographer. I'm like, Em, what are you doing? But it's like having a great time. And like there were loads of people out like all through the little villages, like everyone's waving and stuff. And that was awesome until I started feeling like so full of carbs.
Yeah.
And then that was like, then I was like stressing out slightly that I wasn't going to be able to do the run well because you're just like feeling like heavy, you know? But luckily, probably like after 2 hours, I'd done with my liquid carbs and I just took a final gel and then that all like digested.
Yep.
And then went on to the run and then...
Run was you were strong the whole time? Did you struggle at all?
I felt pretty good. I think the main thing is just like controlling your heat, which I think, as I said, it does take so much away from your pace because you're just constantly slowing down every 2 kilometers to
yourself in the water.
Yourself. I'm like asking these like volunteers, I'm just throw it on me, just throw it on me. Just putting ice, like opening your top and just like shouting at someone to put it down there. Outrageous.
That's right.
No, like, just they're doing it. They're doing an awesome job.
The things we do during races that we wouldn't do it at all in every text.
I know. Like,
people peeing down their leg.
Did that, done it, yeah. You just got to do it. I was like, at least I'm hydrated. That was awesome. And then, I mean, it's pretty savage because the run goes around an airport, which is like...
No cover. There'll be no trees. There'll be no nothing, right?
It's just like... And also because it's always long straight down and then long straight back. And then you go into town and you do it again. But you can see, obviously, how far you have to go still, which is like it's hard. You're like, the turnaround point is a tiny speck.
Yeah. If you've ever, I've got a personal beef with the Ulu Pandan Reservoir, which is way in the west, and it's a big reservoir, and there's a nice like running track, dirt track around it. But my problem is like my cycles flat every time I go there because I get halfway around, and then I can see all the way down where you start and how far it is.
Yeah,
it's like a 6 kilometer loop.
Yeah, and it feels like 20.
It feels like so far. I psych myself out all the time.
Yeah, but it was fun because then we went into town after that, and then that was like quite fun. But they made us run. It was obviously they like to finish in like a nice resort, like it was gorgeous, like on the beach, but like. We had to run on the sand.
Oh, wow.
And like, if you're wearing a carbon shoe, it's so unsupportive, right?
Yeah.
And so you're just like wobbling. Obviously, I'm scared of my ankles.
Well, right? Yeah. And then you're just, oh.
And so everyone's trying to like go around the track where it's like slightly grassy because it's just sand. But it was just like, it was almost like funny. I was just like enjoying myself.
Was there a point where you thought to yourself, I got this in the bag? And then you, like, stress just... release?
I think so, and I was really having like a conversation with myself. As you know, we go to these dark places,
different stages,
and my friends.
As long as you don't answer yourself back again, right?
Well, my friends were like, "You're 20 minutes ahead," and this was like 18 kilometers. So I'm like,
"Yeah, 3."
It's gonna be pretty impressive if they deserve to win if they pull out. And I definitely did pull off a little bit, and like. I had to have a stern word myself because I was like, that's not the race that you're here to race. Like, you're not here for the position, as we just said. Like, I'm here to see what I can do.
Yeah, and benchmark like, your time, right?
Yeah, and like, that's not me, like, pulling back because you've got it in the bag. Like, I want to fight until the very end and, like, prove that, like, you're, like, working hard. Yeah. So, yeah, I think my splits were definitely like, oh, no. Emily, what are you doing?
What's it, the Garmin is like a nice bar chart, and then your pace is like...
And then, like, the last 200 meters is like a 3:30 or something. Because I'm like, I love triathlon. I'm like sprinting down the chute, like giving everyone a...
But it's funny that you say that you're going for time, right? Because 450 you win the race overall in Langkawi, but you show up to Bustleton in a couple of weeks and you're 450. I don't even know what place you'd get.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you'd be... No.
You might not even be in the top 10.
No.
It's so different and so competitive, and it really depends on which race you are.
It does. And I think this is why it's like quite hard to compare in triathlon because the races are so different, not only in like terrain, but in climate. And it's like
And hill, like big hills and small hills.
And like rolling versus hilly versus it's so ocean swim versus lake versus reservoir versus, it's so different. Whereas like athletics, built to be standardized, right?
Or high rocks as well, right?
High rocks built to be standardized. So it's so easy to compare. Like, yes, if it's an expo with aircon, it's different to stadium, but like...
Not that much different.
It's not huge. And like, so I think it is massively, hard to compare. But like, the Australian athletes are great.
Yeah. And how about race day prep? So, how about race week prep? The race is on Saturday morning. When did you leave? What did you do?
I went on Thursday.
Okay, Thursday night.
Dementia, can't make it. No, I went on Thursday day. Which I really recommend for an Ironman 70.3. There's like so much admin to do before a race.
Yep.
Like collecting your race kit, building your bike back if you've traveled overseas, like making your transition bags. You could probably do that in advance and bring them and then just put the stuff into the transition bags.
Ziploc or something,
yeah. So you've like already done it. But I hadn't done that. So I was like laying everything out on the bed before, like a newbie.
You were a newbie, right?
I was such a newbie. But then also you have to like drop your bike off. And for me, like T1 was in a different place to T2. So I had to cycle. I cycled to T1 and I saw all these people in cars with their bikes. And I was like,
how far was it?
They're pathetic. Why aren't they cycling?
Amateurs.
And I cycled. I was like, it's 15k, and it's one road. I was like, I got this. It was like
race prep.
Literally the day before, and I was like, my thighs were burning. I was like, oh, I made a big mistake.
Those same people are looking and you go, this
idiot. Yeah. First time.
Yeah.
But I did that. So yeah, I think more time is more time. So when I go to T100 World Champs in December, I'm actually going a week before.
Oh, nice.
Mostly because I can travel at the weekend. It's just like better for work and stuff. But I also am really glad about that because I think having that mental space, because I felt like I didn't think about the race itself in Langkawi until I was like on the day.
It's kind of, there's so many things to do that they just run into another and you don't have the headspace.
No, it was crazy. It was thinking about like, where am I going to buy peanut butter? Like, where am I going to go? Because I tried to bring my own and they confiscated it at airport security.
You had to check it in.
Yeah, but you can't bring a paste.
You could put it in your bike bag.
And I should have. I had like 30 kilos of luggage, but I got... Anyway.
So lessons learned, I guess, after your first full 70.3. Yeah. Anything else that you would do differently?
Oh, what else would I do differently? I think what I did do differently this time, which I'll continue, is this was the first time that I've done sodium loading for a race.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. And I felt that mentally also put me in a very good place, as well as obviously physically in such a hot climate. I think I do well in the heat, but I think knowing that I then had that in my back pocket, I never felt stressed about cramping at any point. I didn't even feel any cramps coming. I never felt that was a risk. And I would say that's something that is really new to me and I would really recommend. I think everyone wants to do carb loading, which is super important to feel.
And then do you have any superstitions? I know that you wear the same socks and shoes every single race.
So I only just realized that it's a superstition. Like it's more of like habit. I basically have these Asics like race shoes that are like turquoise. Yep. And in the store when I was buying them for like hundreds of dollars or whatever, and I was like crying, they were like, do you want to buy these socks that match? And I was obviously like,
I've done that before.
The damage is done, like add it. But I'm obsessed. I just love it. Yeah. And they just are like now the only sock that I race in. Yeah. The only sock.
But if you change to the same Asics in a different color,
I'll have to get a new sock.
You have to get.
I also have an Asics that I wear for my easy runs, and I do also have the matching sock for that. And I've worn them so much that they've got holes in the toes, but I still wear them. Yeah, but I don't want to spend $35 like one pair of socks again. so yeah.
But in terms of packing and things you bring and all that sort of stuff, pretty casual, or you typically
No, I'm quite like
hack rat?
No, I make lists of lists. Like I make a lot of lists, but I also bring like loads of extra stuff. Like I think I had like 2 other like tri suits with me
Okay,
for like
not so bad, but not like 2 or 3 helmets or anything like that, right?
No, but just of like
Tri suits will pack quite small.
that's thank you. When I'm justifying it, these are
Yeah, well, it's better than not having a tri. Like
And I have, like,
putting your thumb through the tri suit at the wrong time.
I always think about like zipper coming off or something and being like, like loads of goggles, like hats, like loads of stuff. Was on a practice swim like the day before the swing, like practicing my starts, exits. I came out and there was a guy there who was like, "Oh, I forgot my goggles. Like, can I borrow yours?" I was like, "No."
You know,
How dare you not be organized?
I have a T100 story about this. So I was a start manager at T100, and this guy was like one of the final starters. After all the waves had gone in, and he jumps in, and his goggles just evaporated, poof, gone. And he got like 10 meters, and he swam back to the pontoon. I've lost my goggles. They must have just fallen off his head, and they were gone. They've sunk, or he abandoned the race 10 meters into the race because his goggles just disappeared. No, and as a start manager next year, if I'm the start manager again, I'm going to go to Decathlon and get some like 2 pairs of $5 goggles.
That would be so nice of you.
Like, $5.
He'd be someone's favorite person.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The dude just like, he was in the relay, so there's 2 people waiting for him, and he's like, I'm out. I'm like, oh, I felt so bad. Felt so bad.
Can you please get the ones that are like dinosaur shaped?
Oh, I have some swimming caps with us.
So yes, but you must wear the goggles of shame now.
Or the ones with the holographic eyeballs on them.
Exactly. They won't realize until the photos come out.
Okay, so I guess we should wrap up this sometime. Emily Sambrook Smith, best way to get a hold of you? Tropical triathlete.
That's me.
You know, somebody came up to me recently,
Oh no.
and said, "You got to get Tropical Triathlete on the podcast." I'm like, Tropical Triathlete? You got to give me a name, right? Tropical Triathlete. She came past me at Langkawi. I thought she was a pro. She was going so fast. And I called out to her, Tropical Triathlete. And I'm like, who is this Tropical Triathlete? And she's got some long name, Emily Sambrook Smith. Oh, I know.
It's like either way.
I knew who he was, but I just didn't associate the username.
Don't worry, you won't OG follower. It's okay.
Emily, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's good luck for T100.
Thanks.
It's another month away, I guess. Now you're fit and healthy.
Yeah.
Get to it.
Ready to go.
Nice.